Hello, wonderful Wednesday, everyone. So, my name is Eleanor Innocent, and first of all, thank you, greetings, salutations, blessings to you coming across my video and my channel. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch. I have one other video. This is my second video. I'm very brand new to this, but I just want to briefly tell you the intention of my videos and this one. So, I have had so many really impactful conversations with people, and things have been shared with me. I have shared things, and I just feel this kind of unction to share certain things that I realize, perspectives that I may have gained from my situations, and share that because ultimately we are all on this human journey together, and everything that we do has ripple effects. And I really want to help raise the vibration of this earth in so many different ways. And so this is just my one way of trying to do that. So if you appreciate that intention and that energy, I would appreciate a like and subscribe. And I am going to plan on doing one new video a week, and we'll just see how this goes. We'll see how I feel led. And if you have any suggestions or comments, I welcome them. Okay. So today's video is about, so I spoke, my last video was about abundance and recognizing it in as a showing up in other areas of your life, right? A lot of times we think of abundance and money, financial security, which we all want, hello, but there are so many other ways that it shows up, and if you're able to recognize it in your life, then maybe you won't have so much resistance towards it showing up in other areas. Sometimes we feel that abundance in certain aspects of our lives may feel a little far off, or just far off, but it may not be that far off. And if you could see it in other areas, then maybe your perspective on how far away you think it is for other things will change. So in alignment with that, part of that is intuition. And there was a part about intuition that I wanted to speak on, but I'm so glad I waited until now to speak on it like this. So what I wanted to speak on was making sure that you don't overlook like the building blocks don't overlook the point of certain situations that you're going through, because that will really show you where you are on your journey. And it will not just show you on your journey, but reassure you that you are right where you need to be in alignment. So I intuitively was led to deal with a woman whom I felt and I expected to have a really good financial outcome with. It ended up not being that, and in the process I had to address certain things about her unprofessionalism and whatnot. And that was such a critical moment for me. I almost had a very mildly out of body experience where in the process of me addressing things, I was like, oh shit, Eleanor, you addressing everything. And you steady, your voice is steady, you not exhausted? What's going on? Because normally I pride myself on being peaceful and moving in that space. I'm human, I'm not perfect, but that is always my intention, right? Because I like it there, I like peace. So I would end up moving in a space where I didn't speak up for things because, and it ended up being more of an anxiety issue, but in my head I was like, oh, I'm being peaceful and I'm not entertaining or engaging longer in this. But guess what? In convincing myself that I was moving and being peaceful, I never really felt peaceful. I always felt like things were left unsaid. Mentally, emotionally, energetically, I was exhausted, and I just knew that I left things unsaid. I wasn't at peace, and me moving in a quote peaceful way did not leave me in a peaceful state. And so this situation that I had where I had to confront her about things, the fact that I did it so effortlessly and smoothly and confidently, and I wasn't drained, I wasn't any of these other negative feelings that I would have when I used to move the way that I used to move. It was such a picture perfect moment for me to be like, oh, so I was fooling myself? Good to know. Because I convinced myself, and my subconscious was like, yeah, I'm gonna make you feel real safe in this little comfort zone. Yeah, you're being peaceful, just keep doing that. Because we don't like confrontation. But guess what? There's a version of myself that is all of these beautiful things, tangible and intangible. And in that moment, I realized, oh my goodness, look at her being built. Look at her being built, because we are the foundation of any version of ourselves and any life that we see that we want to have for ourselves. And that version of yourself is going to move certain ways. That version of me would not be able to have the kind of life that I see her having and still not address things or still get energetically drained prior to having to address something. That does not coincide with that version of myself and that life and that level of peace and harmony and balance. And so in order for her to emerge, because obviously bricks are being laid down, just like with any business or any tangible thing that you're doing, the intangible bricks of who you are, your foundation, yourself, are also being laid simultaneously. And that's something you must also be aware. You're not going to just all of a sudden one day have this tangible goal achieved and spontaneously all these attributes are going to come. No, they're being built as well. And I think it's important because in a situation like this where, and you may have one where it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, please understand that there are other things that are also being worked on. And it was important for that. So for me, while maybe financially it didn't turn out the way I expected it to, but from a more personal characteristic attribute development, it was necessary. And to see that brick being laid in my foundation was just like, oh man, even in the midst of this, even in this conversation where I'm having to confront this woman, I see where I'm going. And I felt more reassured, despite everything else, that I was on the right path, taking the right steps. Because sometimes when we have these situations that are not what we'd want them to be, we may feel like, have we taken a misstep? Did I get off track? Sometimes we may have. But again, if you can not overlook the more poignant points that are being addressed, you will see that too is also necessary. The things that we label bad, difficult, unwanted, there are things embedded within that are actually necessary and wanted and desirable. And if you can look and find those things, sometimes you may not have to look that hard. It's just reassurance for you that no matter the bigger picture of what may be going on, you are still on the right path. You are still moving the way you need to, taking the steps that you are divinely guided to take towards that person and that life that you want to be. And I was so encouraged to see like, wow, I see her being built. So yeah, don't overlook that. And I think that's really just a point of that. Don't overlook those things, because again, we are the foundation of any life or expression of life that we want to have. And there are attributes associated with that version of ourselves that have to be built. And if you're able to recognize it, then you can also reassure yourself that you are still on the right path, still going the way you need to, and have faith. Have faith that it is going to work out. And this is not just some fluff. Like, have faith. You will see evidence of it to be able to reassure you. Have faith. You are on the right path. The steps that you are taking, even the missteps, are all divinely orchestrated and required. So I just wanted to share that and hopefully help someone maybe find some good in something that may not be so good. Be reassured that you are right where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. And be reassured that you are, you will be, but more importantly, you are. You are that person. Just give it time to express all those beautiful attributes that would be the foundation for the life that you want. Be encouraged. You are loved. You are necessary. And I am so thankful for you being alive at the same time with me. I hope you have a blessed day. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.